Here's what's going on in Texas, y'all. We in Texas.
Oh my God. Oh my God. There's people in it. Oh my God, there's so many people in it. Please tell me you're getting this video. Yeah, it's over. Texas was gripped by chaos as a slow-moving storm system unloaded a torrent of rain across the hill country, submerging entire communities. Kerr and Kendall counties were among the hardest hit, with homes, roads, and lives swallowed by water in the dead of night.
Oh my God, oh my God. Oh no. Oh my God. What the? Oh no.
Get out! Get out of your car!
Oh my God.
6:08 a.m. Guadalupe River at Nimitz Dam on Guadalupe Street. In Hunt and the surrounding hills, more than 10 inches of rain fell within just a few hours, overwhelming already saturated ground. River gauges spiked rapidly, and the Guadalupe River surged past 25 feet in places, reaching its second highest crest in recorded history. Water rushed into neighborhoods without warning, turning highways into rivers and backyards into lakes, catching families off guard. Drivers abandoned vehicles, campers fled in darkness, and 911 calls poured in as the emergency escalated across multiple counties.
1812 Coke Street. Still waiting on water rescue. If anyone has any boats or jet skis to help us get my in-laws and the other elderly on the road out.
Confirmed fatalities rose throughout the day as the storm's toll spread across Kerr County, Hill County, and the Concho Valley. Authorities reported dozens of people unaccounted for, some feared swept away from campsites, cabins, or cars along rapidly rising rivers.
Oh my gosh.
Guadalupe River. This is 173. Not good.
Kerrville's streets vanished beneath floodwater, forcing residents to climb rooftops or trees while awaiting rescue. makeshift shelters in schools and churches filled with evacuees who had escaped with nothing but the soaked clothes on their backs.
Y'all, look at this. Oh my God. Crazy. We drove over to this parking lot that has this lookout. There's other people here doing.
We are having major floods in Kerrville, Texas. Look at this stuff. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Camp Mystic, a well-known all-girls retreat near Hunt, suffered severe flooding as cabins collapsed and children became separated. Rescue crews waded through debris to find missing campers, while worried parents waited for updates that never came fast enough.
Away from that flash flood.
Other camps, including Sierra Vista and Rio Vista, took on major water damage but reported no children present when the storm struck. Camps Waldemar, Mo Ranch, and La Junta reported that all staff and campers were accounted for, though access remained dangerous. Evacuation orders were issued in Ingram, where entire RV parks were torn apart by the rushing floodwaters. Some families were believed to still be inside their trailers as the river ripped them from their foundations and carried them downstream.
Yeah.
Near Comfort, the Guadalupe River jumped nearly 30 feet in less than an hour, swallowing bridges and neighborhoods alike. Kerrville saw the water rise more than 21 feet within 60 minutes, leaving rescuers overwhelmed by the scale and speed of destruction. Governor Greg Abbott deployed the National Guard, Coast Guard, and FEMA to assist in what he called a life-saving operation. Helicopters, high water vehicles, and swift water teams swept through submerged zones to search for survivors. Flash flood emergencies were declared across the region as rainfall totals surged beyond 12 inches, straining infrastructure. The National Weather Service warned of a particularly dangerous situation, urging residents to flee flood-prone areas without delay. Rescue crews faced enormous challenges as rain continued falling, reducing visibility and cutting off critical access routes. Roads like FM 1350 and Highway 27 disappeared beneath water, turning simple rescues into dangerous missions for first responders. Survivors described terrifying scenes. Parents clutching children while clinging to trees. Water rising faster than they could react. One woman said she and her son waited hours in the rain before being spotted by a rescue team searching from a boat. Ranchers reported hundreds of cattle lost to the floodwaters as fields became deep, fast-moving lakes in minutes. Barns, fencing, and equipment were destroyed, leaving entire livelihoods wiped out across large parts of central Texas.
Get some buckets, and they're using that as a staging area for rescue vehicles, personnel.
Guadalupe River, it's way high. My house is
flooded. 4th of July celebrations were cancelled across the region, as parks and public spaces were left flooded or inaccessible. Local businesses boarded up, and volunteers diverted fireworks money toward relief efforts and emergency supplies.
Street. Everyone downstream. Save your life.
The Guadalupe's power shocked even experienced rescuers, who said homes were submerged up to the roofs and swept off foundations. Images from the air showed entire neighborhoods underwater, only treetops and chimneys breaking the muddy surface.
I'd like to share the channel for the content. So y'all can go over there and subscribe to the channel.
Transformers blowing out. I almost lost my truck. Very, very bad.
The flash flood emergency in Kerr County remained in place through the evening, as runoff and more storms threatened new rises. Officials said water levels could fluctuate unpredictably and urged people not to return home even if water briefly receded.
4th of July, they already closed the park. This is Kerrville, Texas.
First-hand look at the flood from hell in Texas. And then we're gonna go to North Carolina. There's some flooding going on in North Carolina, yo.
Shelters were set up in community halls, and supplies were rushed in from neighboring counties, but the scale of need kept growing. Volunteers brought blankets, food, and dry clothes, offering help to people who had lost everything overnight.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Search operations continued deep into the night, with dogs, drones, and sonar equipment deployed to locate the missing. Many areas were still without power or communication, and the true number of casualties may not be known for days.
Carolina, y'all. We just left Texas. Now let's see what's going on in North Carolina.
Oh, mire, la coge el aceite, el negro que está ahí. El de...
Está abajo,
Ajá,
¿verdad?
el que recicla el aceite.
What is that? Oh my God. What is that? Oh no, this is not good, man. This is not good. Look, dude, those people in that house right there. Oh no, get out of there.
Tropical storm Chantal struck North Carolina with fast-moving rain that overwhelmed communities like Southern Pines, unleashing nearly 8 inches of water in hours. Flash flooding swept through streets, damaged infrastructure, and caused a dam failure at a golf course lake, leaving parts of the state reeling from sudden destruction.
Las ollas iban ahí.
¿Eso qué es?
Este, el container de...
Oh, yeah.
From there.
Further north in Alamance County, radar tracked rainfall totals climbing past 9 inches near Saxapahaw, with flash flooding, cutting off roads, and submerging parts of Graham. The storm's remnants lingered, adding another layer of damage to areas already drenched by high hourly rainfall rates.
Look at this. There's a waterfall where there shouldn't be one. It's just incredible.
Chapel Hill endured a particularly dangerous flood scenario as apartments flooded, and dozens of residents were forced to flee with help from emergency crews. Camelot Village became the epicenter of evacuations as floodwaters rose inside buildings and authorities worked overnight to rescue stranded individuals.
There goes Quipos. Underwater. Están boceados.
Orange County faced a growing crisis as over 60 residents were displaced and flooding overtook apartment complexes near Lake Michael. Fearing dam failure, officials issued a late-night evacuation around Lebanon Road and activated a shelter in Mebane for those fleeing low-lying areas. destruction wasn't limited to housing. Eastgate Crossing saw vehicles submerged and stores inundated as water surged through parking lots. Postal Service operations were halted when mail trucks were trapped in rising waters near South Estes Drive.
Oh my gosh.
Moore County reported widespread washouts and infrastructure failures as over 7 inches of rain fell rapidly across southern Pines. The collapse of a dam at a country club triggered additional street damage and flooding to nearby homes.
All right, people, so we got severe flash flooding happening here in Orange County, North Carolina. This is the worst flooding I've seen in the Chapel Hill, Carrboro area. Anybody that tries to come out here and drive it tonight, please don't do it.
Look at this. There's a waterfall where there shouldn't be one.
Across the Durham-Bynum corridor, isolated bands of rainfall reached nearly 14 inches, close to 2 months' worth of precipitation in under 24 hours. Homes and businesses flooded, roads closed, and travel halted across central North Carolina.
Road collapse. The road collapse. The water. Yeah, that motherfucker collapsed in buckets.
Floodwaters along the Haw River crested just shy of the all-time record set during Hurricane Florence, with levels nearing 32 feet and remaining dangerously high through the next morning. The situation prompted ongoing warnings as creeks and rivers stayed swollen.
Look at the door.
Both Orange and Moore counties declared states of emergency as conditions deteriorated rapidly, with hundreds of roads either submerged or washed away. Flash flood alerts remained in effect throughout central regions as rescue efforts intensified.
Esto va a caer ahí, cuidado.
In Chatham County alone, more than 100 roads were reported flooded or severely damaged, as local officials scrambled to reroute traffic and assess collapses. Some of the most affected areas remained inaccessible into the following day.
There's multiple cars that have been stranded. After we just been getting dumped on here by the remains of Tropical Storm Chantal.
Tornado activity added to the chaos near Moncure and Mebane, where hangars and small buildings sustained damage. Though no injuries were immediately confirmed, emergency response teams were deployed to inspect further risks in vulnerable locations. As the weakened system moved northward into Virginia, dangerous surf, rip currents, and residual flash flood threats lingered along the east coast. Recovery crews initiated cleanup, power restoration, and public safety measures while urging residents to stay alert.
Most definitely I share the channel with y'all. There he is right here. For those who want to sub to his channel. Like I said, when I share people content, I like to share their channel too. So here's what he got going on, y'all. Definitely got content.